enjoy the sound of cracking bones or the popping of air between your joints? That's what the actual process is. Or do you guys hate that sound? Because there are some people who like it at the same time. Oh, we live right next to a swamp.
That's what I was looking for.
You can start grabbing the lily pads from here. Wait, are there? Yeah, there's some lily pads.
Where do you get the snow from?
That way, yeah. Oh, you're gonna go finish it? I'll go find the desert. While you go finish up the last part of our roof. And you can come grab some lily pads after, if you want. Sorry about the yawning. I'm actually tired. I didn't get a good night's sleep. I want to sleep like at 12. But yeah, I want to sleep at 12, but couldn't go to sleep until 1. Because it was extremely hot. But yeah. Oh, there's a dark oak biome right south of us? I didn't have to go all the way north. Oh, I found another flower biome.
Flower biome?
Yeah, it's not a flower biome, it's more like a forest biome, but with a lot of flowers in it.
I just dumpstered my shovel.
Alright, I am south of the border now. Alright, so I just gotta go north. I guess I could just... No, we need a lot of sand. Dang it. See, as you can see, my creations are ambitious. And because of that, we do take our time finding the Ender Dragon and going to the Nether sometimes. But the reason why we got to the Nether not late, I can make a Nether portal right now. I think I saw desert. Dang, this place is actually big. See, the reason why I like the PS4 version better than PS3 version is because in the PS3 version, you guys can see my white dot. It's like right below my axe right here. So, dang it, I'm just trying to get it. Okay, so right there, below my axe, in the PS3 version, you couldn't even get past the border of the map. Once you have one map, you have one map forever. If you go to the border of the map, wherever you were, so, yeah, wherever you were, is where basically, you only have the entire map to fill up, and that's it. So you have one entire border, and you can't go past it, no matter what. When we were first playing it, Minecraft, we were like, oh, why can't we go that way? Oh, there's an invisible wall. And every time we get a boat, it just gets destroyed. So we finally figured that out. That the world border is just a small border of the... I apologize. It was basically just the border that the map is. So whatever the map, however big the map is, that's all you'll get. Which is why it was a lot easier to kill the Ender Dragon back then, because we could easily find the Nether, not the Nether fortress, but the fortress for the where the Ender portal is. There we go. That's what it is. Yeah. So back then, it was a lot easier. We killed the Ender Dragon, done. And we found a lot of materials incredibly fast as well. So, this is why the PS4 version, or the Xbox One version? Xbox One? Yeah, Xbox One version is better than the 360 and the PS4 version, because it's bigger. And you can actually, and there are different biomes, and you can expand into different biomes and make more maps. Back then, making one map, if you lost one map, I guess you can make another one. But now you can just make another map for that specific area you're going into, and you're fine. Which is fantastic.
I finished the roof.
Did you? Of the basement?
Yeah.
And start tearing down the walls. I'm gonna keep finding. If I can find a desert, I guess I'll just steal a lot of sand from specific ponds and rivers. Do you want to talk about anything? Something that grinds your gears? Love that episode of Family Guy. You know what grinds my gears? Alright, go ahead.
I don't know. A lot of things grind my gears, but...
Just something small. Anything you want to talk about?
Stupid people.
Alright, what about stupid people? I think I found a lot of sand. I guess I'll just check this.
No.
Okay, by stupid people, he doesn't mean mentally retarded people. He just mean okay. When I mean mentally retarded, I'm talking about people who have specific mental illnesses. There we go. That's what it is. We're not trying to offend anybody who has that illness. We're just saying very dumb people who don't have common sense. So, if you ever hear us say something offensive on accident, we don't mean it in a way to offend a specific sort of people. Especially, we're not trying to offend people who have specific mental illnesses. We know it's wrong, and we know that they have their own problems, and we don't want to, we're not encouraging to make fun of those people. But the people you can make fun of are people who have no common sense, which is the people that we have a lot of grudges with. Because, for some odd reason, I'm not saying we're like superior and for like a lot of other people, but we have like for some odd reason we meet a lot of people who have no common sense, and especially I don't know if it's because we used to live in a ghetto or where we live at is still kind of ghetto-ish as we said before, but a lot of people around here do not have a good sense of don't have common sense is what I mean. Like, what's one thing that happened to you that pissed you off a lot because someone didn't do the thing that they could have done easier if they did it if they knew common sense?
I guess like how at school about how I have like a 3.4 accumulative GPA, and people were like, oh, you have such a high GPA, you could go wherever you want. I'm like, and then whenever I asked them what's there, they're like 1 point something, 2 point something. I'm like, how? And then I'm like, they're like, I just get lazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm lazy too, but it's just the fact of prioritizing what you gotta do first.
Yes, that's he's not saying he's a smart person. He's
I'm not smart whatsoever.
Yeah.
You could be smart in different ways, but it's just the fact of whether you pay attention in class and do your homework and to get good grades on tests. That's literally it. Simple as that.
Yeah. So he has a kind of like a grudge against people who. Okay, so he still goes to school, and all the people at the school are kind of dumb because. For some odd reason, they don't do a lot of the work, and the reason why he has a grudge against him, because it's kind of common sense, the reason why we say that is because we don't know if it is common sense, but the reason why he has a lot of grudges with people like that, because they always ask him what his GPA is, and like how he can go anywhere because of his huge GPA, but the reason why he always has a grudge when people say that is because anybody who has who puts in the work can go have a high GPA. Anybody, literally anybody. We're not saying we're smart. We're not saying anyone is born smart. Unless you're born a genius, then go ahead. You can call it stupid if you want. But if you don't apply yourself in whatever you're doing, you're never gonna get a lot of effort out of it. And because he has a 3.4 GPA, people think he's like a god at school, like he can go anywhere to any college. And just because he has a high GPA doesn't mean he wants to go anywhere to a specific college. He might want to go to community college, or he might want to go to the military, which is what he is thinking about. He doesn't know. But those kind of people make him mad because anybody can do it. They just don't put the work in. And he's lazier than anybody. He's as lazy as me. But he still puts in the work because he has to prioritize of what he has to do and what he can't, or can wait.
It's the fact of what you want to do under what you need to do. Mm-hmm. You gotta do what you need to do rather than what you want to do first.
Yeah.
You can't, everything's not gonna go your way. You can't do everything you want. The things you need to do isn't just going to get done for you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If you have homework to do and you want to go to a party, I mean,
the
party, but your homework's not going to get done.
Yeah, so you might as well do your homework as well, but find ways to like cheat the system. So he does his homework like always during like the evening. And the reason why he doesn't really have a lot of other things that he wants to do is because he doesn't really go out anywhere. Just as I said, we live a pretty boring life. So if you kind of follow us, you would probably know that we don't like doing a lot of things that specific people do, as I said before. Now, he doesn't mind not going to a party. He doesn't mind not doing anything, but he still doesn't want to do the work. That doesn't mean he doesn't want to do no work. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean that he doesn't want to do work. He doesn't want to do work. Period. Nobody wants to do work.
Exactly. People are like, "Oh, you love coming to school, huh? Your grades are perfect." I'm like, first of all, I hate coming to school.
Yeah.
Second of all,
he hates going to school. Go on.
Second of all, I just go there because it's the best thing to do for me.
Because he's a kid.
I look at it in the long term. What's going to be better for me in long term? Being stupid and useless, or getting things that are actually going to be beneficial for me in the future? I mean, to me, it's pretty simple.
Now, the only way we don't call people stupid, people who don't go to school, is if they have, like, family issues, as if you're poor. Because we were poor, and we know if you're having money problems, then yes, you can't go to school. Two of our brothers dropped out because of that. Because they had to help out with the family, and they needed to earn money to help us out. But if you have no excuse, and you're just a person who's lazy and don't do their work at all, without putting into any effort, and then you ask someone, "Oh, you like going to school?" "Oh, it's because you're smart, isn't it?" "No, it's because you just don't put in the work." And
that's what my friend always says. I was like if we had a test or something, and if I would get a good grade and she would get lower than me or something, she'd be like, I'll be like, "Yeah, it was easy." She'd be like, "Oh, it's because you're smart." I'm like, it's not the fact that I'm smart, it's the fact that I pay attention.
Yeah, because some people don't pay attention during class, and they just ignore what the teacher says without putting, like, writing down notes or doing anything. Because he finds school incredibly mundane. If you don't know what mundane means, it just means basically incredibly boring. And because it's not entertaining to him, he puts in the effort, but he doesn't want to do it.
I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't mean I like doing it.
Yeah. So whenever he finds people who say, who has a low GPA, but the reason why if they say they're lazy, it's because he'll get mad secretly. He won't get mad like in front of their face. He'll be like, "You're a fucking dumbass." Yeah, he'll basically say that in his head so he's secretly judging you basically. Because he's a person who puts in the work, but he doesn't like doing it. Nobody likes doing a lot of things that they do. Nobody likes going to school that often.
Nobody likes doing things they don't want to, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to school. Nobody wants to do homework, but I mean,
if you're a kid, you don't have many options.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a kid. That's one other point that he has. If your parents are raising you and you have no job, or the only job you have is technically school, then you probably should put some more effort into it just to make your parents happy. Because they're taking care of you until you leave the house or you go somewhere. So either you can apply yourself in a hobby such as karate and make yourself like as a known karate master, or by the time you're 10 you have like a third degree black belt, and then you go on into college as a judo expert, and you start going to UFC training people because you have specific techniques that can help people out, that you could be a trainer that can help you out, they'll make your parents happy. But if you're or you could be a person who just applies himself in school and just goes to a college, just to a decent college, or maybe even goes to the military just because they don't want to go to school anymore, and they'd rather go to the military by supporting our country, and at the same time they earn an education, and at the same time the U.S. pays students who go into the military to serve in the U.S. So you're kind of killing like two birds with one stone right there. At the same time you're getting like three benefits, kind of, yeah. So as long as you apply yourself is what he's saying, and you don't say that it's because you're smart. Everybody has talent. Everybody can do things what they want, but as long as you apply yourself, then you have common sense, and you're trying to better yourself in the future, so you won't get anything so you won't mess up later in the future. So you make your life harder now to make it easier for you in the future. It's basically what I'm trying to say. That's a good way to live. But yeah, that's why he hates stupid people. Yeah. Woo! Let's keep going. Come on. We can keep going. I'm still collecting a lot of things anyways. Did you finish the room?
Yep, well, I don't have the stuff to build it with.
Alright, for you. Let me see. Let me see how much sand I have. Now, you guys can agree with us if you want, or you can disagree with us in the comments and say that we're idiots. But as we said, we only respect people's decisions not to go to school is if you are poor or you are having family issues. Also, if you're also mentally ill, not like. Also, by mentally ill, we obviously mean like a lot of autism, and you're kind of you don't have a chromosome. Let's just say that instead of having to say the other R word. So you're either mentally ill or you're mentally ill by psychological ill. So like something happened when you were young and it affects you from going to school a lot. We only find those people who have trouble going to school kind of okay. But if they manage to put into work, even if they have those issues, then they can call us stupid if they want. They can just like say a lot of things that they can berate us if they want, if they have those specific issues, but they still go to school and they still have like a job that they want to do. They have a dream that they want to do. They want to meet specific people, and there are people like that, and I'm happy that there are. Those are people that should have more specific helps to help them out with those kinds of things, because they're like people still listen to what's his name, Stephen Hawking, even though he has a crippling disease that's killing him. Yeah, that's killing him, and he still does a lot of things for science. He still is part of the science community. To be honest, how old is he? Is he like 50? Right? I think he's like 50, and he still he more or less still has that illness where his body's completely paralyzed, and he's still doing things that he wants to do, and he's still helping out the science community, and that's great. That's fantastic. Now, are there a lot of people like that? No, unfortunately not. And if people do happen to be that, then we're happy. We'll encourage you in our heads. We'll be like, good on you, mate.
Look at this mountain. Look at someone just cut it clean.
It does. It does look like someone just cut it clean in half.
I was like, is this thing not loading yet? What the hell? Let me see this. It literally looks like it's just got cut clean. I was like, oh, I think it's not loaded. Oh, look at this kid.
But yeah, that's kind of his issue with people who say, oh, you're smart because you like going to school. And his answer in his head is like, or if it's his friend, he likes to debate with them, but they piss him off sometimes because all they say is one thing, huh? What is the thing? They say, oh, you're smart, but isn't it because you're smart? That's why.
Pretty much, I'm like...
Yeah, that's what they say to him. Even though he explains that he explains that completely, that he isn't smart, that he isn't the only one that can do such a thing, that it's possible for even the most backwater person to do anything, that it's not that hard as long as you apply yourself.
Where are you at?
I am really far away.
We need to hurry up and get back.
Alright.
It's taking forever.
Make a different farm. Did you make the chicken farm yet?
Nope. I was left. Came to see if I can help you get some sand, but we're off seeing the wizard. The magical Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I want to cross the water. So if you find the swamp, go into that direction. So in the comments, if you agree with us, or if you're one of those people who are as well lazy but put in the work, and people only crazy because they think you're smart, but in your head you're almost like my brother here, and you also have the opinion that anybody can do things as long as they apply themselves. And leave a comment, leave a like, or do something. But if you disagree with us and you think we're just stupid, well then, dislike it and just fudge off or do something else. I don't know. You have to watch the video entirely if you want. You can just look at the title, dislike it, and leave.
Like, I'm here to dislike.
I'm here to dislike. I don't agree with you. Huh.